Hey YouTubers, it's me again. So I'm not gonna lead a conversation in a way that would make it sound like I've narrated a script on YouTube. So I'll just start off with the first thing. Like yesterday I was catcalled by a guy who he pulled up in his expensive car and was trying to get me to come closer to his car. And it was like the creepiest thing ever. He first said something and I couldn't hear what he said, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he asked, are you okay? And normally that would be fine, but given the circumstance, it was almost like he was trying to get me to come closer to his car for whatever reason. I have no idea what reason, but it just screamed predator in my eyes. I was wearing not that it matters what I was wearing, but I was wearing a Pikachu shirt and a pair of jeans that I got from Kroger. And so I wasn't wearing one of my normal outfits that I show you all like in my videos. And I know that sounds terrible because it's made me think, oh hey, I might have predators after me because I've had stalkers before. And I've been trying to use YouTube to open up a little bit more about because I didn't get in my 20s to have the experience of loving my body and loving myself and having a job. Now I have a job in my 30s, and 30s are in the new 20s, but it's I'm hoping that it's not going to affect how I treat myself and how I dress, because it's I want to wear nice clothes and walk around, but am I going to attract predators? It's a really good question. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, which has probably been on your all's mind for a while, is my trip with my boyfriend that's scheduled. Not boyfriend, but future husband. So future husband comes from China, and at the moment he's trying to get a green card, but we're gonna wait on that because it takes forever to get a green card in a relationship, and we won't be able to find a rental in my city in time without him having a social security number. So we're just saving for leaving to go to China. That sounds ridiculous and I'm involving myself in someone else's problems, but this guy is someone who I would want to be around for the rest of my life. And he's not faking it, and he's honest about his circumstance. He's not honest about who he is as a person. And I want to stay much longer with him, which sounds absolutely insane, but I really enjoy his company, and I'd like to continue his company through marriage. So we were thinking about going to China for a year and having children, and maybe going to Malaysia. We have a bunch of countries where we like to be able to check off our visitation wish lists, but I'm thinking that we'll probably come back to America after a year of being in China, because I want to have children and I want them to have a place to live. So our plan was to use a mobile home that he already owns and maybe go to California. And I'm thinking that's probably a maybe, because I don't know that I like California that much, but I've never been, of course. but we'll see. I like the idea of China better than I like the idea of California, to be quite honest. And that's probably related to me being like from Kentucky, because Kentucky is like, it's not as liberal and it's more family based, and there is kind of a structure that goes on where we don't really accept anybody from out of the state, and everybody can tell because of the amount of policing that goes on, which does create larger crime. It's a statistical fact. I read it in my college book. I'm just paraphrasing from a college book that I studied. I passed that class. I didn't complete the degree, but you know. What was I saying? Oh, I got distracted. Now, China's completely opposite from America, but it does remind me a little bit of Kentucky, which sounds insane, because Kentucky doesn't, we love people, and we have just this thing where we protect our own. And it just kind of reminds me more of Kentucky than, China reminds me more of Kentucky than a liberal state like California. I didn't really want to say that, but like, because I'm personally an independent party voter. I vote for whoever I feel like, and I'm not going to get into like politics or anything like that, because I'm an independent voter. I don't really care very much. But California kind of scares me with the amount of homeless population. Not because the homeless population itself per se, but like, that means there's a lack of resources available if you don't do so well. So, and there may be like a huge differentiation between the rich and the poor there, where you might get larger tips, but you could also end up messing yourself over with the rental rates in the area. Whereas here in Kentucky, the only problem we're having is looking for a house, and that's partially my fault because I owe a landlord debt until August. You know how I had to become a protected person and go to Canada? Well, I had 1 month that I didn't pay, and he took me to court over it, so now I have to pay it. And yes, a little girl did die, and it did cause me to have to go to a different country. But like, in the eyes of the law, the contract said that I was supposed to pay all of the months. And I didn't pay one of them. So that was also because unemployment got cut off, and I was just in an area where there's no jobs, but I was not looking for a job. I was freaking out, and I had more things going on than someone who might have been considered a better tenant. I was crying a lot. So, you know, that might have been a bad landlord, but I do owe the debt until August, and I'm gonna pay it off, which means we'll probably not leave until maybe December. I'm not sure when we're gonna get married for what date, but I know that we'll probably be leaving earlier than December. He says he doesn't like the cold, which is okay, but like, I still have to save for a plane ticket, so it's kind of expensive. So we'll have to wait and see how long. It's probably going to still be after August. So, I don't think I have very much else to say. So I'll see you later. Bye.